Hello, my fellow guardians. This is Mloentje, and welcome back to Destiny 2. Today, I'm gonna talk to you guys about a quest I started a month and a half ago. Yeah, you heard me correctly. A month and a half to complete a quest. It all started with the Tangled Shore, where we had a quest with question marks, which I was really unfamiliar where I got it from or what it was actually for. So the only thing we could do was go in there and check out what we needed to do. So entering the mission, we got a new objective, and the objective said, prove your worth. That's where I should have got my first clue that this was not gonna be the easiest of quests for me to do solo. We got into a room, there was a hidden door there, locked. And as we opened it, we heard a message, respawning restricted. That should have said enough to me that this was gonna be an area where I'm gonna need to redo a lot. After clearing a couple caves with a lot of mobs, we came to the main platform where we had some witches who were immune. We had to take out the middle orb. To be able to kill the witches. The witches died not soon after, and we were really unfamiliar on what was happening or what was going on. It seemed nothing was spawning, and all of a sudden, an orb popped up and dissipated into a couple light beams. And new mobs started to arise. Clearing out mobs, the real fight could start. What we needed to do in here was kill 3 bosses, named bosses, so we could collect their tokens. But it wasn't without a big struggle. Running out of ammo was a serious big issue for me, so we opted to take the roundabout approach and run around the circle a little bit, trying to take out the mobs as they come along and trying to find some ammo, because the only ammo we had was Wither Horde ammo. All was going well. The orbs were taken out. We thought we were on our final stretch, leaving only the bosses behind. This is where we knew mistakes were going to happen. A lot of mistakes were going to happen. Mistakes we repeated even. So sick and tired of clearing all the ads constantly, we found a spot on the staircase and just waited for the bosses to come to us, while we slowly let Witherhorde take them away. And finally our mission was complete. Now we got 3 tokens. A Dreaming Token of Everix, a Dreaming Token of Xavoth, and a Dreaming Token of Querim, with no idea what to do with them. Until we found out online that we needed to go to the Shattered Throne. A dungeon I only completed once. And I cannot solo. So in the Dreaming City, in the Shattered Throne, we need to find some relics. The first relic was on top of the one of the main buildings at the start of the area. And we needed to take the 3 relics to different statues that had orbs on them. Now, all the statues had an orb except for one, and that's where we actually needed to deposit the orbs. If we deposited the orbs, a boss would spawn, and that boss would correspond with one of the tokens. The bosses weren't all that tough. They died pretty fast. And our first token was transformed into a walking token. Meaning we had 2 more tokens to do. Meaning we had 2 more bosses to find. The second orb was on the giant room with the pillars and the beams where you could not fall off. We cleared the hallway first to make sure that we had a smooth run and not any mobs that spawn in front of us trying to knock us off these pillars and beams. Overall, it wasn't all that hard to do this part, and neither was the first part. And that's not where I really struggled. Anxiously looking for a boss that does not appear. The third orb, nonetheless, third orb was a big issue. As you can see here, I kind of jumped off because I didn't find the orb. I made it past all the mobs. I couldn't sprint, I couldn't double jump. So I killed all the mobs, I made it towards this room. I found a statue that was an orb missing and I was like, crap. I have no orb and I have no way to go back up. And this repeated for a couple weeks, me trying to solo this and actually failing over and over and over again. So eventually I took in a group, I completed it, I deposited the orb and actually got to this room. The door is closed right now because the footage that I had was actually corrupted, so I couldn't use it. But there is a boss behind that door, which you need to defeat for the second token. Now for the third and the last boss, it's actually at the first real boss encounter in this dungeon. So we have the 4, well, what do you call them, altars here. There's gonna be like 4 witches that spawn. You kill the 4 witches, you get the 4 buffs, you deposit the buff, and then an invisible ogre should spawn. I tried this, I think, around 15 times. First I thought, okay, the boss will spawn, the invisible ogre will spawn after we go to the first section. But that wasn't the case, so I had to do some more investigations. And right when I was actually about to give it up and say, dude, I'm not gonna keep us longer here, the orb actually spawned. I have still no idea how I actually made this orb spawn. I know there was an invisible mob. We killed it. It was not an invisible ogre, but we eventually got the ogre to spawn. I think we did this 4 times to try and get the ogre to spawn, and then I reminded myself, the ogre doesn't spawn unless you implement the orb. So even now, I'm not really sure how I got this relic to spawn, but I got it spawned. Like like I said, it's still a question to this day how I was actually able to spawn this relic. There's guides online, I looked them all up, and it's still one big question mark. So yeah, I deposited the orb, the ogre that I needed to defeat it for my last token actually spawned. So it was time to kill them, claim my last token, and claim my exotic. Walking token of Xavoth complete. I was ecstatic at this point. It was time to defeat this boss and clear out the rest of these mobs. Heading towards the statue, I thought it was broke, but it wasn't. I picked up my wish ender. A month and a half had gone by. So there we go, the wish ender is in my hands. First off, I want to thank Strom, I hope I pronounced your name correctly, for helping me out and having the patience to actually redo the boss. I think we redid it 3 times. Like I said previously, I think I've ran the Shattered Throne 14 times now to actually get that quest complete. Sorry for that I couldn't show you the actual second boss fight for the token, but yeah, the video footage was a little bit corrupted. But I got the bow. Again, Strom, thank you for helping me out. Let's take a look at this bow, the Wish Ender combat bow. Don't fret, it's a simple expedition. We'll be back before lunch. Yeah, right, back before lunch. So, weapon perks. We got high tension string, greatly increases accuracy, slightly slower draw time, slightly decreases stability. We have the anti-taken fletching, so specialized to fighting taken targets, increases accuracy. And then we have your broadhead traits, piercing arrowhead that damages the target on entry and exit. One shot can overpenetrate multiple targets, so you can actually kill or damage multiple targets at the same time. That's really cool, and you actually have 2 damages that you do. One's on a hit and one's on the exit. And then the intricate traits, Queen's Wrath, while aiming down sight with a fully drawn bow, enemies behind walls are highlighted. So let's take a look at what this bow can actually do. If we draw our bow, yeah, look at that, it's actually highlighted. Let's see for the damage. 761. Can I get 2 targets? Yeah, almost 2 targets in the same line. I should actually equip my... I'm not really sure if that was 2 targets that I hit. Can we get 2 targets in the same line? The 740 isn't all that bad. You gotta remember that these are really low-tiered mobs, so the damage always scales a little bit as we hit the boss. So 4-8, 4-3. Whoa! Still trying to get like 2 mobs in the same line. So you can actually see him damage multiple enemies. So we got 4-3 there. 3-7. 4 and 3, so that's 7k total. Oh, there we go. We got 4 damage numbers in total there. So, and actually not that bad of a bow. It actually hits pretty hard. It removes the shield instantly, and let's check out. So 5 and 5, so that's an 11k hit. Almost there. Yeah, it's pretty, and it's easy to actually see the enemies behind the pillars, like the highlighted section. So overall, pretty nice bow. I'm not sure that I'm gonna actually use it, because it might be a good bow, but the highlighted sections, I don't know. It's not really that used or usable a lot. There are heavy hitter bows out there that actually do a lot more damage, where this boss would die with 1 shot almost. So it's a nice bow. It looks really nice, as you can see on the inside here. There's like a statue. It's kind of sideways right now, so there's kind of a statue. Now we can only see his shoes. So there's kind of a statue that's holding a sword and holding one of the orbs. So that's a really nice reference. But yeah, it's kind of lackluster on the damage. Where the hell are you, dude? Where the hell are you? Let's finish you off. There we go. So yeah, as you can see here, it's like a statue with a sword, and it's holding one of the orbs. So it looks really nice. The intricate trait is really nice, highlighting the enemies behind walls and such. I think for PvP that's really an interesting perk, but for PvE, well, I rather actually use Leviathan's Breath. That one hits for like 60 to 80k. It's like it's insane. And yeah, I'm more of a Wither Horde guy for the AoE damage and the damage over time in my first slot than I would be for my Wish Ender. As you can see in my gear, I've been working hard to actually get my gear ready for the Powerful Friends mod. So Wild Hunt Mask, I found one with 2 mobility. I mastercrafted it already. I found gloves with 2 mobility. I found a chest with 2 mobility. So now I only actually need to find boots with 2 mobility. And then if I actually slot, as you can see, almost all my gear, it's 2 unused, so I need to change this one up. But if you look at the chest, it's 5 unused. We need 4 for the Powerful Friends mod, so that would give me, as you can see right now, I have 30 mobility. If I slot this in 4 different sockets, that would give me 80 mobility. So I kind of need to get Stompies with 2 mobility on them, and that way I would be getting... Well, no, I need Stompies with 3 mobility on them. 3 mobility would make 5 mobility. With the 2 mobility here, made 7. I think that's how it works. I'm still need to figure it out. But yeah, I'm close to my recovery stat. My resilience stat is going up. Still need to find some proper setup gears, but... yeah, my gear is getting there for the Powerful Friends mod. Now I only need the Powerful Friends mod to actually drop. This is where I'm gonna wrap up this episode, guys, as I tend to talk way too much in my videos. But yeah, my Wish Ender quest and a month and a half struggle to actually get the Shattered Stone. Because the first parts I actually did in like two days. Like doing that dungeon was, I think, 1 day, and then getting these first 2 orbs was in the 2nd day. But then actually getting the third orb and the fourth orb, it took me a month and a couple weeks. So yeah, if you want to see more of my quest progression or my let's play here in Destiny, make sure you subscribe. It would always help out a lot. I do hope you enjoyed this episode, guys, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye.